let's talk about why your natural routine might seem or feel off lately. Why the same techniques, the same products, the same wash day steps, everything that used to work now somehow feels like a burden. Or even worse, like they're not working at all. And I want to offer a gentle truth. If your routine is no longer working, if your routine no longer fits, it's because your life has changed. And that's not a bad thing. So, we're going to be discussing a few problems today. Problem number one, your routine doesn't match your current season in life. It matches your past self. I used to think that I had to stick to what once worked no matter what was happening in my life right now. If it worked in 2021, surely it should work right now, right? But the truth is our life changes and our routine should as well. There was a season when I could wash my hair twice a week, deep condition, do the whole shebang, right? I had more time, I had more energy, I had more focus and fewer responsibilities. Then came demands, then came work, then came motherhood, then came life, and suddenly the same routine, things that were working, suddenly became unrealistic, impossible to attain, not because I was failing, but because my life had shifted, had moved away from what worked. So if your routine feels heavy or stressful or just out of sync, ask yourself this one question. Does this routine actually suit my current life, my life today? Not the life that I had, not the life that I imagined, not the one that I'm hoping to get to, but my life today. It's like clothes, right? Maybe our wardrobe should have more of the clothes that we can wear today, not the clothes that we had in the past that we really liked or the ones that we're really hoping that we'll get into one day. But today, it's okay to have some clothes that fit today. The same thing goes with our routine. It's okay to switch things up and do what fits your life right now. Number two, a routine that is built on guilt. Some of us are doing our hair out of pressure, out of fear that if I don't do this, I'll lose length. If I don't do this protein treatment or this deep conditioner or this bond repair thing, I'm falling behind. I'm not doing enough. I'm not caring for my hair. I'm not being present. I'm not this or that. But a routine that is built out of fear will not last. It's very hard to stick to something that we are doing out of fear. Very hard and just overall draining. And they turn these kinds of routines, something that should be self-care, something that should be enjoyed, into a chore instead of a routine that is doable. Instead, build a routine that is doable, that feels doable for you right now. Even if it's just deep condition your hair once a month, do your satin scarf or satin pillowcase every night. Be consistent at something. Consistency doesn't mean doing everything all at once. It means doing something regularly that works for you. Number three is jumping on every trend. We don't need to try everything. Every time someone posts a game-changing product or a game-changing method, you don't have to add it to your cart. You are not missing out on many things. Sometimes what we need is less and less and less and not more and more and more. So try this instead. Observe your hair. Track how it responds to what you are already doing. Does your hair like it? Does your hair not like it? How soon does it get dehydrated? How soon does it get dry? Adjust one thing at a time. Just one. We don't want to be overwhelmed with everything all at once. Our hair doesn't need to be trendy. Just one thing. Change one thing at a time. The internet is a very loud place, right? But our routines can be quiet, they can be calming, they can be centered around us. Matter of fact, they probably should be. Number four is holding on to what used to work. This one is tough. I'm processing a very big one myself as well. Letting go of what used to make me feel confident, letting go of what used to work. But forcing something that doesn't serve us anymore, forcing something that doesn't work anymore, will not bring back that version of ourselves that we really like and that we miss. And it doesn't have to, because who we are now, she matters and she deserves a routine that serves her, not one that exhausts her. If that means washing every 2 weeks instead of weekly, go for it. That is fine. That's great. You are winning. If that means protective styles, because that's all that you can do that. If that means one product instead of 10, do that as well. So Here is how to rebuild your routine in a way that honors your life today. Number one, we want to start with our lifestyle. Not what hair we like, but our lifestyle. What can you realistically do each week? How much time do you have? How much attention do you have? How much money do you have? Build from there. Then write down, number two, write down how your hair behaves. Not how it did last year, not how it did when you were pregnant, when you were 12, and when you were 19. Those days are gone. What does your hair feel like right now when you do it? Notice patterns. Notice when your hair feels dry, when it starts to get dry so that you can moisturize before that happens. Notice how long moisture lasts. Don't guess. Observe your life, observe your hair so that you can make informed decisions that are actually helpful without wasting your time or your money. Number three, pick 1 to 2 anchor practices, not 10. You're not doing protein treatment, moisture treatment, bond repair things, all the things. We're not doing all the things. Just 2 things that matter the most to you right now, or matter the most to your hair right now, I should say. That could be weekly cleansing if you've got the time for it, or finger detangling if that's what you're wanting to do, which is excellent. Make these things your non-negotiable things. Everything else can be flexible. If you can do more, great. If you can't, that's fine. You've still got your anchor habits that you are doing, e.g. washing my hair every month, right? You're not failing. You've just chosen what to focus on, and when you can add more to that, then you can add more to that. If you cannot afford an $80 bond repair treatment, you just can't. If you cannot afford the time to wait for the deep conditioner to do what it claims to do, you just can't. And then number 5, which is probably the most important, it is revisit your decision every 3 to 4 months. Hormones shift, life changes, the times change, your routines will evolve, will change, the weather changes. It's okay to evolve too. So if you find that, okay, my hair is doing great, it's excellent, in 3 to 4 months, review that decision. Come back to it again and go, what is working, what isn't working? Write these things down if you can. We're not trying to become full-blown scientists here. We're just trying to make more intentional decisions so we can save time in the future. The only way to do that is to nail the present, and then in 3 to 4 months, we make the decisions. Am I liking the style? Am I liking my accessories? If you're liking it, excellent, then there's no need to stop what you're doing. If you're not, then maybe it's time to stop something or to add something else to what you are doing. Let me know in the comments, what's one thing that your current season has taught you about your hair? I'd like you to think deep about this one. For me, it is very few things are in my control. Very few things are in my control. That's it. Thank you.